This is Michiana's breaking news and weather station. MNC. On News Talk 95.3, 101.9 FM, and 1340 AM, your MNC Nation station.
Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday. I'm John Zimney in the MNC News Center. It is October the 1st, 2024. South Bend police are investigating after a loaded magazine was discovered at Navarre Middle School.
Although no firearms were found on the premises, the school was placed on lockdown as a precautionary measure. The lockdown was eventually lifted and the school dismissed students at the usual time. Contrary to rumors on social media, there was no intruder involved in the incident. No injuries were reported. South Bend police are working closely with officials from the South Bend Community School Corporation as the investigation continues. Alyssa Foster, MNC News.
News at 5 o'clock is powered by Burkholder Buildings and Supply. If it can be built in an office, a farm, or anywhere else, Burkholder is the highest quality for any need. Burkholder Buildings and Supply can help. Call today. Elkhart police have arrested a man in connection with the shooting that took place early yesterday morning.
Police were called around 4:50 a.m. to the Marathon gas station in the 1500 block of West Franklin Street, where they made contact with a 59-year-old woman in a vehicle with the male suspect. The victim reported that the male suspect shot at her in the 100 block of Union Street, then drove her to the gas station. Medics transported the victim to the hospital for evaluation and treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Officers took the 51-year-old man that she was with into custody on preliminary charges. So far, there's no word about the circumstances that led to the shooting. Tommy Lee, MNC News.
A federal judge has blocked Indiana's 25-foot buffer law.
A federal judge has blocked Indiana's 25-foot buffer law, which required people to stay that distance from police officers during certain activities. Our news gathering partners at Indiana Capitol Chronicle report Judge James Sweeney ruled the law too vague, siding with media groups who argued it hindered First Amendment rights. The ruling said the public can't be expected to know when they'll be ordered to move. A separate lawsuit challenging the law is also ongoing.
That's Joe Ullery reporting. The U.S. Departments of Energy and Agriculture are providing over $2.8 billion to reopen the Palisades nuclear power plant, which was closed in May of 2022. This includes loans to Holtec and power companies to help restart the plant and reduce electricity costs. If approved, Palisades would be the first U.S. nuclear plant to be recommissioned, operating until the year 2051 and creating about 600 jobs. In the wake of Hurricane Helene, the Better Business Bureau is now encouraging you to be careful about making a charitable donation.
They say you should ask yourself a few questions before choosing to make a charitable contribution. Before donating, ask which emergency needs the charity is addressing, as well as whether the charity is able to provide assistance quickly. Keep in mind that disasters create immediate and long-term needs, and decide which challenges you would like to help with. And always make sure you can verify the charity's trustworthiness. The BBB has a list of accredited charities assisting with hurricane relief. We've posted the list at 953mnc.com. Derek Decker, MNC News.
And if you want to donate to a legit charity, donate to the American Red Cross. You can text RELIEF to 45364 and we'll get you hooked up that way. And the new crisis center at Oaklawn's Goshen campus will start serving the community today.
The center, which celebrated its opening with a ribbon-cutting ceremony on Wednesday, aims to provide 24-hour services in the future. Kelly Lichty, Vice President of Access and Crisis Services, says the existing campus facilities include a 16-bed inpatient hospital, cafeteria, and pharmacy, are key advantages for expanding services. Morgan Hopkins, MNC News.
Healthcare is always a hot-button topic talked about during election years, and this election cycle's no different.
Especially for people who are diabetic. Hoosier advocates are among many across the U.S., urging those running for office to push for expanded cuts to the price of insulin. Molly King, a diabetic who lives in Crawfordsville, tells Wish TV.
Both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party have claimed that they have taken the price of insulin down to $35 across the country. That is actually not the case.
She says in reality, that price cap only applies to those on Medicare and Medicaid. King says price caps should be implemented regardless of insurance. Kirk Darling, Network Indiana.
Postpartum mental health issues are often misunderstood, but help is available for Hoosiers who may be suffering.
It's an ideal time to talk about postpartum depression because more babies are born in September than almost any other month. Conditions like depression, anxiety, and PTSD often develop due to factors such as personal or family histories of depression, anxiety, or trauma. Bertie Gunyon-Meyer with Postpartum Support International works with Hoosiers suffering from these disorders. She stresses they are not moral failings, but common struggles that many new parents face.
The 1 in 5 to 7 moms, 1 in 10 dads get what we call a perinatal mood or anxiety disorder. And we tend to call it postpartum depression because that's the term everybody knows.
Meyer stresses the importance of distinguishing between baby blues and more severe conditions. Baby blues usually last up to 2 weeks. You can call 1-833-TLC-MAMA to speak to hotline counselors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
An Elkhart man's facing charges after he was accused of having a machine gun earlier this month.
Police were called to Waurika Street on September 12th for reports of illegal gambling. Officers found a group shooting dice and arrested one man for marijuana possession. Chavon Fox allowed officers to search a vehicle, and surveillance footage showed him and another man fleeing the scene before the police had gotten there. Police discovered a handgun with an extended magazine hidden in a shed, allegedly by Fox, according to the Goshen News. Fox has been appointed a public defender, and a jury trial is scheduled for March 3rd. Alyssa Foster, MNC News.
A Bourbon woman's been jailed on apparent drug-related charges. 35-year-old Aubrey Knepp was arrested late last week and has been charged with dealing methamphetamine. She was taken to the Marshall County Jail. Bond was set at $10,000. A man from Cook County, Illinois, is accused of using stolen personal ID to buy vehicles and then resell them on Facebook.
Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul's office charged Stephen Walker of South Holland, Illinois, in Will County Circuit Court. Raoul's indictment claims Walker used stolen personal identification information to acquire 11 cars from dealers in Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. He would then use Facebook Marketplace to resell them. Morgan Hopkins, MNC News.
Very latest after a child fell into the St. Joseph River, then was taken to the hospital. It all happened in Central Park just before 6 o'clock on Sunday night. People at the park quickly pulled the 6-year-old out of the water before fire personnel arrived. The child's condition at the hospital not currently known. Democrats in Michigan's legislature have approved another $126 million for school safety and mental health in the state, but GOP members want more.
The approved initiatives partially reverse what some school groups have called out as a funding cut in Governor Whitmer's budget from July. Some Republicans voted for the spending bill while arguing that it didn't go far enough and is merely an election year gimmick from Democrats. The new plan, which could go up for a full vote tomorrow, would provide $125 million in per-student payments to support mental health and school safety, and another $1 million would be established to create a tip line for students to anonymously report guns. Tommy Lee, MNC News.
95.3 MNC watching your money. Gas prices continue to fall. Trilby Lundberg with the Lundberg survey explains how much.
Gasoline prices dropped 2 cents per gallon in the past 2 weeks. The new price is $3.28 for regular grade, and the price is down 33 cents over 11 weeks.
Crude prices were fairly level over the past couple. Prices at the pump down 71 cents from a year ago. Diesel prices are down a full $1 a gallon. The average price in the South Bend area is $3.12 a gallon, according to GasBuddy.com. Get your pick of the best seats by reserving your Noise tickets now. It's set for Saturday, October 26th at the Lerner Theater. Our special guest is Rob Schmidt, host of Rob Schmidt Tonight on Newsmax. Tickets are available at thelerner.com, the Lerner box office, or by texting Noise to 45364. Presented to you by Wilson and Kinsman and 95.3 MNC.
Areas of fog developing this morning. Otherwise, we'll see mostly cloudy skies with a slight chance of a few rain showers. It will also be breezy, especially in the afternoon, with some of the wind gusts up around 20 to 30 miles per hour. Highs today at 72, but most of the day will be in the 60s. Tonight down to 45, and tomorrow sunny, high of 70. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
Cast your vote with confidence. Check out the candidates and their platforms from all the hot races before November's election at the all-new HoosierVote.com. It's brought to you by Shield Exteriors and Burton's Laundry.
Podcasts by Federated Media.